Going where no men have gone before. Joe, Hoyt, and I are going to mock draft for you the entire first round, and we're going to sneak in the Cowboys' second-round pick. The idea here is alternating picks. Joe make one, I'll make one, but I don't know who's going first. One of us is doing odds, one of us is doing evens. Pick a number between 1 and 10.
I almost said 12, which is really funny. 8.
That's an even number, but you were picking for me. So now I am evens and you are odds.
Let's go.
All right, so Joe is going to pick number 1, the Tennessee Titans, and we're going to work our way through the first round. And we're going to pick for the Cowboys twice, actually. So don't you leave us after 12 because we're going to get their second rounder as well. Who's going number 1 overall, Joe Hoyt?
There's a lot of thought. No, there's not. I think the Tennessee Titans are going to race up to the podium with this one. I think it's already been said. Cam Ward literally was on a stream broadcast saying that his favorite running backs were Tony Pollard and Tajay Spears. His favorite receivers, Traylon Burks, Calvin Ridley, favorite head coach, Brian Callahan. I think this is a slam dunk, easy pick for a draft that's going to get weird, I think. Mm-hmm. This one's not. Cam Ward, Miami quarterback, to the Tennessee Titans.
Number 2 is interesting, the Cleveland Browns. I think the two options are either Abdul Carter, pass rusher, Penn State, or Travis Hunter, everything position, Colorado. And I am going to take Travis Hunter, and I'm going to have him play he's going to play wide receiver, and then he'll play as much corner as he can, Joe. You're not allowed to control what I've done. I did it. He's playing receiver and as much corner as he can.
All I know is you're aligning with your boy, Andrew Berry, okay?
That's my guy.
That's your guy.
Browns GM.
So, hey, I don't hate it. I like the idea of Travis Hunter, obviously. I think I'd rather have him as a corner that moonlights as a receiver, but I like it.
That was my pick. You have the Giants at 3.
And this one I think is interesting because I think this is the first point where things could get kind of weird, right? I think for a long time it's like, hey, quarterback. I don't think they're going to go quarterback anymore. You see some of the reports out there. They've done their due diligence. They're doing a lot of work on a lot of different guys. I think that they're hoping to get their quarterback in the second round or maybe a trade-up situation at the end of the first. I'm going to go with Abdul Carter. And I think that they're going to just fortify their pass rush. I think that they're going to try to recreate the monster on the defensive line that they had back in the day when you had the O.C. Umenyoras, the Chris Cantys, the Michael Strahans. I think Abdul Carter, Dexter Lawrence, Kayvon Thibodeau, and Brian Burns. Now you're cooking with something on that defensive line.
Cooking with bacon grease.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking a look at the Patriots because everybody's giving them Will Campbell, the LSU left tackle, and I'm just wondering, is there any way that they could take Mason Graham instead? No. Patriots desperately need somebody to protect Drake May. We are going to go chalk. Will Campbell, LSU left tackle. He's going to play left tackle, and if that fails miserably, that's cool. He'll just move to guard. Jacksonville, number 5.
So I think Jacksonville's another point where things could get weird, and because they have a lot of needs, surprisingly, right? But they also have a young GM that came from the Rams system. And this is my first curveball, true curveball.
Okay.
I think they take Tetairoa and McMillan in the first round. And I think that they get, they had 2 receiver sets all the times with the Rams when you had some great guys. I think that they want to pair Brian Thomas with a stud and Tetairoa McMillan. And I think that they want to help out Trevor Lawrence, who still is a former number 1 overall pick. A little bit of a curveball there. Cowboy fans would not be thrilled about this at all. But I'm going to go with Tetairoa McMillan at 5.
Okay, that makes it Mason Graham is now a slider. Okay, he's the slider. The Michigan defensive tackle is one of the 5 best players in the draft, and we're here on the clock at 6. The Raiders, running back, wide receiver, corner, O-line, linebacker, or can I pick the best available player? What's their defensive line look like? Am I really going to let the best player go?
They signed some guys, but they still need D-line.
Do they have real-life 3 techniques that are badass? Let me see. Let me take a quick gander here. Christian Wilkins.
Spytek's a guy from Tampa Bay, right? They had Vita Vea. They've had some really good defensive linemen.
Would they take a running back over Mason Graham?
Would they?
Ashton Jeanty.
There it is.
Yeah, Ashton Jeanty, Boise running back.
I like it.
Yep, you're on the clock at 7.
So Jets are another interesting one. They signed Justin Fields. He's the starter right now at quarterback. I think that they actually like that, and I think that they're going to stick with that. I don't think they're going to take a quarterback in the first round. They've got some other needs. The tempting one here is, do you get some help for Justin Fields? Do you get a guy that can make some plays for him? I personally am not the biggest fan of this. But do you take Tyler Warren here? Is this a guy that you say, you know what, we're going to get you a playmaker and help out? But Mason Graham's on the board.
In this draft.
You could. And you know what? We're going to do it. We're going to give Tyler Warren to the New York Jets.
Okay, Tyler Warren, Mason Graham's on the board.
Mason Graham's on the board.
He's going to Carolina at 8, and I don't even want their depth chart. It's just that that's the best player, and I can't let him get past 8. It's just not okay. So Mason Graham is now a Carolina Panther, and they did have a terrible pass rush last year. He can help with that. Their defense was awful. He can help with that. Mason Graham goes number 8.
I think the Saints are interesting at number 9 because Derek Carr, this has kind of come out a little bit out of nowhere. Shoulder thing is weird. He probably won't play quarterback for them this year. So do they take a quarterback in the top 10 or do they try to wait to the second round? There's a lot of smoke about them being in love with Jackson Dart, right? And I think Jackson Dart is a guy, do you take him at 9? I don't know. Maybe you get him in the second round. I think they need something to build on. And they need hope, frankly. They're a team that does not handle the salary cap well. Give them Shadur Sanders. Let's just give them a quarterback. Get a sure thing now. Don't put in the risk of having to trade back up in the first round. Shadur Sanders to the New Orleans Saints.
Okay, left tackle for the Bears. I'm the Bears at number 10 right now. Mm-hmm. Offensive line, defensive line, tight end, running back, safety. You did have Tyler Warren already get picked, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tyler Warren is gone. Jalen Walker is on the board as a pass rusher.
Our CHGO friends say they like offensive line too if Ashton Jeanty's gone.
Okay, I will defer to them then. And you know what? But what I won't do is I will not kowtow to public opinion.
I love it.
I will pick the player that I think deserves. And I will say the Chicago Bears at number 10 take Kelvin Banks.
I knew you were going to go there.
Left tackle, and he might play left guard for them, but it's going to be Kelvin Banks at 10.
I love that for you. All right, now the San Francisco 49ers, which I think they're going to be an interesting team to follow in this draft ahead of the Cowboys because they're going to need a running back too, I think. And the Cowboys are going to need a running back. There might be a thing like, oh, shoot, do they snipe with a running back before you? Not here, though. They're interesting. I think that they need a lot of help in a lot of places. Surprisingly, you think of the 49ers, great team.
Yeah, they haven't drafted well lately.
They have not drafted well recently. I'm going to give them a guy who's one of my favorite playmakers in the draft. I think Texas corner Jahdae Barron goes here.
Okay.
They have Diamador Lenore as a guy that is in the slot but could also play outside. I think Jahdae Barron gives them another chess piece to go make plays, perhaps be their version of Brian Branch.
So this is where it gets fun. Cowboys are on the clock at 12.
Interesting options.
The reason that we do these exercises and NFL teams do them is because it could go a lot of different ways. No pick that we made is unrealistic. And the name that is going in every mock draft before you get to this pick that has not is Jalen Walker. Would the Cowboys pick another, forgive me for the name I'm going to use, Micah Parsons, like in that vein sort of player?
He would be.
Linebacker who's a pass rusher. How much is he going to do each one? If that's the best player on your board, which for me it would be, would they pull the trigger on a guy like that? Or are we desperate to get wide receiver 2 or a corner? So like Will Johnson's in play.
Jalen Walker's a stud, though.
Jalen Walker's my best available player. So to me, this pick is Jalen Walker versus Matthew Golden, Emeka Egbuka, Luther Burden versus Will Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, D lineman I take seriously here.
No offensive line. You're cool. Membo's on the board.
No. Actually, the offensive lineman I would be most interested in would be Josh Simmons, the Ohio State left tackle, and I have no idea where he's going to go because I have no idea. They say that the medicals have been good on his torn patella from early this college football season, and if that's true, I think he's absolutely deserving of this pick. I don't think you can lie to yourself. Pick the best player. Jalen Walker.
Oh, he did it. I love it.
Pick the best player. Jalen Walker's a Cowboy.
I love it. Wow. I think, let's touch on this really briefly. I think if they drafted Jalen Walker, that is the most interesting route I think they could go.
Yeah.
Like, most interesting because, yes, you could use some off-ball linebacker help this year, for sure, right?
He'll do some of that.
Yeah. Yes, you can use some edge help in the future. Dante Fowler is going to be a free agent again after this season. He'll do some of that. So I think that if you added Jalen Walker, you're adding a versatile chess piece that can do a lot of different things. The one fear I have is, do you want to give him a home, though? Do you want to make sure he plays one thing? Or do you say, you know what? Be an absolute wild card.
Okay, so I saw somebody mention the usage that is perfect for Jalen Walker. And if you're a big NFL fan, Frankie Louvu.
Oh, I love Frankie Louvu.
He plays linebacker, but he's basically always playing forward in some way.
Yeah.
And he's just raising hell. And that's how you use Jalen Walker.
Miami at 13. We're going to do a little rapid fire probably with the rest of this.
Yeah, we need to rip through this now.
Dolphins, 13. Give me Armand Membu. They need offensive line help.
All right, Indianapolis Colts, tight end, O-line, linebacker, edge, running back. The Indianapolis Colts are going to take Colston Loveland, Michigan tight end.
I love it.
Yeah. The hard part is remembering who's gone and who's not.
I'll be noting it.
You've got it all over there?
Yeah.
Oh, good for you.
Falcons, they need a lot of help.
I just got my board pulled up, and I'm not going to delete people off of it as they get picked.
Falcons, I think, need a receiver. How about we give them Matthew Golden here? There's Matthew Golden.
Okay, so Golden and McMillan are gone. Arizona.
Ooh.
O-line, wide receiver, edge, D-line, cornerback. Sound about right?
Yep. What about that top guy?
Is Will Johnson not gone yet?
Will Johnson hasn't gone.
Will Johnson, Arizona.
Boom. There it is. All right, Cincinnati. Guard, D-line, linebacker, some kind of needs. How about Jihad Campbell? Give them Alabama linebacker Jihad Campbell.
Baller. Seattle Seahawks got rid of their whole team. So the Seattle Seahawks are going to actually put with Jackson Smith and Jigba, another Ohio State man.
Oh.
Emeka Ibuka, Seattle, 18.
Fun fact about that. You know what his comp is for a lot of people?
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
So I love it.
I'll take 3 of them.
No doubt. So Tampa Bay, let's kind of go in the direction of a pass rusher. Here's Shamar Stewart's spot, in my opinion. Here's where the fall happens. I think you take Shamar Stewart there, put him next to Vita Vea, boom. Maybe you'll get the most out of Shamar Stewart in Tampa Bay.
At 20, I'm going to, for the Denver Broncos, not do what everyone is doing.
Whoa.
I'm not putting another running back. I won't be the one responsible for putting another running back in the first round. Luther Burden for Bo Nix. I'm going to give Luther Burden to the Denver Broncos.
I like it. Okay, Steelers are interesting. Another potential QB spot we've seen.
Shedeur, baby! Is he gone?
He's gone.
I didn't remember.
Number 9 overall.
I don't remember things.
This is not a need for them at all, truly. But I think that this just... Actually, you know what? We're going to do something different. Malachi Starks, safety from Georgia. Give it the Steelers another just talented safety.
Okay, Los Angeles Chargers at 22. I am going to competition on the interior or off the edge. So we're going to go off the edge here. It's going to be Mike Green or Mykel Williams. We are going to take for the Chargers Mykel Williams, Georgia edge.
There you go. I'm glad you said those two because that's exactly what I was going to go with, one or the other. So
you know who Green Bay's taking?
I know who Green Bay's taking. It's Mike Green, pass rusher from Marshall. Obviously some questions. I think that they have to investigate. But I think you add another pass rusher to Green Bay's front, that could do some good damage.
Minnesota Vikings, it's either going to be a guard or a corner. I'm either going to pick Trey Amos, the Ole Miss corner, or I'm going to, and what I'm actually going to do is do Tyler Booker, the Alabama guard.
Wow. So do you like Tyler, really quickly?
Booker?
You like him a lot, but I worry.
I think right around there. I think 25 to 35, 25 to 40.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, 44 would be good.
There you go.
If you go to 44, I'd like that.
Houston, I think that here could be a good Josh Simmons spot, but I think I'm going to switch it up a little bit, get a more of a sure thing right now with the medical stuff. Give me Josh Connerly from Oregon. He visited them. I think that's a guy they could take.
Quack, quack. Los Angeles Rams, we take the top 4 wide receivers already gone, right? I could give him Restrepo,
You could give him
a 4.85 out there. Jihad Campbell is gone.
Walter Nolan's still on the board.
Walter Nolan is on the board.
Him and Kobe Turner.
I am going to go Trey Amos, Ole Miss corner at number 26 to the Rams.
Trey Amos is a stud. Okay, Ravens. Let's get our boy Easy from Boston College. Donovan Eziraku.
Okay. Detroit Lions are going to take Mike. Did you take Mike Green? You already took Mike Green.
Already took Mike Green.
The Detroit Lions, we need somebody opposite Aiden Hutchinson. Who's my next top edge?
James Pierce.
James Pierce out of Tennessee is going to go there.
Boom. Okay, Washington at 29. I think this is where the second running back comes off the board, or potentially the third. If one's already been taken. Omarion Hampton from North Carolina.
Buffalo Bills, how about a safety? How about Nick Emanwari is going to be a Buffalo Bill?
Okay. Chiefs just keep sitting in the back of the draft, I think, and waiting for good players to come to them. Josh Simmons, offensive tackle, Ohio State.
Damn it. It's my worst nightmare, and we just did it on accident.
I
know who's going 32 because we haven't said his name yet. It's what the Eagles do. They get the best pressure player, the best defensive lineman, the best ass kicker. Walter Nolan is an Eagle at 32.
Oh, nightmare fuel for Cowboy fans.
Damn it.
Oh, my.
I didn't want to do that. All right, so with all of that happening, Cowboys' second-round pick, you know what? Go back to the top on their rankings.
Yeah.
It's a name that I've stopped seeing in the first round.
Who, Kenneth Grant?
Yeah.
I like Kenneth Grant.
Michigan, Kenneth Grant. How about that as a nose tackle? And man, the symmetry there. A lot of Cowboy fans are going to hate it because it's a Michigan, not just D tackle, but nose tackle, run stopper. But if we're going to give a second rounder for the Cowboys, I'm going to vote Kenneth Grant.
I like it. I think running back would also be in play. Maybe a Travion Henderson if he's still there. But I don't hate the idea of doing that.
All right, we mocked it up. That's one way that it could go. Leave in the comments how much you hate everything that we did and what you would have done differently. And make sure you sign up to be a diehard. It is super valuable. We have a great discount going on right now, $36 for the first year. You get a free t-shirt as soon as you sign up. Plus, you get access to all Fran Duffy's draft stuff, which you need. For Joe, I'm Jeff. Remember, watch all of the things that we do always, or else, which is not a threat. Remember, you have no idea what anybody's going through. So be cool to everybody. We love you. Be easy.